white with snow. The happy crowds are mingling, but there's no one that I know. I'm sure that you'll forgive me.
India 99 today. Looks like it's going to be a fine night tonight. Over.
Umberto Saoncella is a 40-year-old DJ in Manchester, and on Fridays and Sundays he hosts a late-night radio phone-in.
A 43-year-old man's due to appear before magistrates in Eccles tomorrow.
Some of the callers ask for basic medical advice from this former psychiatric nurse. Others ring to abuse him, but many more ring out of deep and painful desperation.
Activity. 600 jobs are to go at 2 British aerospace sites. Greater Manchester. That's almost 10%.
It's the Friday before Christmas. The show's about to begin. The lines are already jammed, and over 100,000 people are getting ready to listen.
The Security Council is also being asked to press ahead with tougher military intervention in the former Yugoslavia. Britain is condemning Israel's expulsion of more than 400 Palestinians. They were deported.
Hello, Piccadilly Gold.
And that's the updated tag.
Piccadilly Gold.
If you've just joined us, you're listening to Piccadilly Gold on 11:52, broadcasting from City Centre, Manchester. My name's Umberto, and I'm through with you till 2 o'clock. I certainly hope you're going to be able to spend at least some of the time with me. Right, straight out onto the lines we go, because on line 1, we should have Veronica. Hello.
Hi, Umberto.
Hi, Veronica, how are you?
I'm not too bad at the moment, love, and you?
Well, you know, bearing up, love.
Bearing up,
Better than bearing down, isn't it?
Well, definitely.
Absolutely.
It's a lot more painful bearing down. The thing I'm phoning up about, you remember me talking to you about Malachi?
Yes.
Being in Barnsley's?
That's your dad, yeah.
Yeah. My dad was discharged from Barnsley's on the 30th of November.
Yeah.
But last Friday, my mum come down to see him at my house, and we was just all sat here, all laughing and joking. And the next minute he just turned, and he went to thump me again.
Oh, God.
So I just said, no, Dad, I'm not having it anymore. I said, you've got to learn, you've got to control your temper. Well, he's got a table that goes over his chair.
Right.
Well, he threw that, and I just managed to grab it. Next minute he tried to stand up.
Right.
And he went falling. Now, if it had gone the way he was heading, it was going right into a brick wall. So I tried to turn him, and he landed up on the floor. But I've got a small coffee table, and the next minute he started kicking the coffee table.
Oh, God.
So, I mean, my dad, he's not a big man,
Yeah.
but I had to try and lift him up. And I got him back up, and I got him on his chair, and I said, now, Dad, stop it. Just relax. So my mum panicked. She went and got him a drink of water, a glass of water. Well, he started drinking it. Next minute, the strength in his hand, in his one hand, the good hand, it just broke the glass and threw it. Now, it shattered in his hand. Well, by this time, I was just I was just so worked up, I didn't know what to do.
So you took that 1 step forward and 3 back, haven't you, love?
Well, I have, yeah. I mean, I was heartbroken.
I'm sure.
To having to go in there, because when they first turned around and said he'd have to go in a home or go in to live with you, I said, there's no way he's going in a home.
Yeah, but
my dad's talking now about going into a home.
But you see, the thing is, with all the will in the world, I mean, Veronica, you can't look after somebody who's in that state at home. It's impossible. You can't do it because it affects you, it affects all the other members of the family. And, you know, the professionals are the ones who have got to do it. The unfortunate thing is there's not that many places available.
Hello, is that Pauline? Do you still want to speak to Umberto? All right, I'll be with you in a few minutes, OK?
In Ashton, we should have Vera. Hello?
Hello, Umberto. I'm phoning... Oh, God, I don't know what the hell to say. I'm phoning about my husband.
Yeah.
Right, his son committed suicide 3 years ago.
Oh, dear, I'm sorry to hear that.
I've got 4 kids to him. But it's torn my kids apart.
Has it?
Yeah. And the kids have never forgive their dad.
Why do they feel that he's responsible for your other son taking his life?
Well, it's not all their dad's fault. My kids feel...
Did anybody have any counselling? Did your husband have counselling?
No.
You see, nobody's to blame. These things happen. And, you know, it's trying to make sense of them. That's where the big problem lies. And a bereavement counsellor would be able to put things into perspective and maybe be able to heal the rift that's developing between you and your husband and your children, which is very important.
Yeah, well, I went with my husband to see him in the chapel of rest. But Umberto, it was terrible.
Was it? And is that memory still haunting you?
Yeah, because he's the model of my son.
Right.
My baby.
Right.
He's only 9.
You see, I think actually as well, you need the bereavement counselling as well, even though it wasn't your son. It's obviously affected you, you know.
And he was there. He was feeling his legs. Oh, God, it's awful.
I tell you what, it's obviously distressing you at the moment. If you stay on the line and you give Robert, you know, your details, I'll send you some information, hopefully some literature that you'll be able to read that might be able to help you, and some contact numbers.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm worried.
No, it's all right, darling. Don't be sorry. I'm glad you phoned. I'm glad you're starting to talk about it, because that's part of the healing process.
Oh, I'm dreading Christmas. I really am.
Well, don't dread it. Don't dread Christmas.
I just
What do you think about what the true, genuine meaning of life is?
Oh my God! Actually, it's really odd because this afternoon we was. Yeah.
I want to be nun.
You wanted to be a nun, yeah.
But God do not want me.
Why'd you say God didn't want you?
Because there was
What's
life.
happening in my life now is my mother's come to a stage where she's realising that the money she's given me, instead of me going out and buying constructive things with it, I'm spending it all on cannabis. And it's interfering. It's interfering with our understanding.
How old are you?
29.
Good night, Yvonne. Ta-ra, darling. Get up that little wooden hill now, all right? Good night, God bless. Bye-bye, darling. Bye-bye. See you, Jill. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye. In Presswich, we should have Maggie. Hello?
I'm sorry, it's Crumsel.
Is it Crumsel? It says Presswich here.
No, Crumsel.
It's okay. Go on, Maggie. Are you Maggie from McDonald's?
Yeah.
Oh, love, how are you?
Not too bad, sweetheart.
Have you been slapping your burgers around tonight?
Well, today, yes.
Have you, love?
Yeah.
There's not like a nice patty on a bun, is there?
Happy Christmas from Piccadilly Gold.
Don't you just love that jingle? Oh, it makes me bum wink. I love it. It's fab. I can't wait for Christmas to come and Father Christmas to stuff loads of things in my stockings. In Stockport, we should have Sue. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Sue.
Hello. Is that Umberto?
It is, love.
Yeah, hiya.
Hiya.
I've just rung up really to have a chat about, with Christmas time coming up,
Mm.
and a lot of families who suffer from somebody's continual drinking.
Right.
And then at Christmas time, which is a time of peace and joy, they're sort of on tenterhooks, you know.
And I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there. It's an awful way to have to feel. What sort of problems are you... I mean, obviously, you know, when people drink to excess like that, it manifests itself in lots of ways. Yeah. Is he violent with you?
Oh, no.
What problems do you have then with the drinking?
Well, it's just a change of behaviour, really.
Does he become aggressive?
No, it's just
verbally.
A change in personality, sort of getting, you know, more sort of angry, like, and not being able to express himself the same, other than when he's had a drink.
How long have you been sort of living with this problem?
Oh, for a long while, for years, you know, about 4 or 5.
Right. Has he always been a heavy drinker?
Well, he's not really a heavy drinker, really. You know, like, I mean, you don't have to be drinking all the time. It's just an actual change of behaviour when he's had a drink. He's a nicer person without a drink than with a drink.
But it's just one of those problems that is a perennial problem. It always rears its ugly head. And Christmas, really, is no worse a time than any other time. No. If you've got a problem with drink, it doesn't matter if it's Christmas, New Year, Easter, you know, they use it as an excuse to drink. Alcoholics are very canny people. Oh. You know, they can manipulate anybody to do anything.
Yeah, Yeah,
and make
why
it.
the families go.
That's right.
Round in a circle, really, for such a long time.
But you've got to break. You see, you've got to break that circle.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, thank you.
How's that dog of yours?
He's very well, thanks.
Yeah. What is it, by the way? Is it a poodle?
No, he's not a poodle. No, why should he be a poodle?
No, what is he? I've seen him. Is he like a Queen's dog? Is it?
Oh well, he's definitely a Queen's dog. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, most definitely a Queen's
Hear all
dog.
this thing on the news about 3 million unemployed.
Yeah.
Oh, don't you agree that over 50% of these don't really want the job?
No, I wouldn't agree at all. No, and I don't know where you're getting your statistics from, that over 50%.
Yeah, because...
No, just hang on a minute, Andrew. You've come on and you've quoted... Good.
I've had the scrapes today.
Oh, have you? Why?
My back's bad again.
Oh, you'll pee less, love.
Can I talk about affairs of the art?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I've been married for 17 years.
Yes.
Yeah. And then all at once, I met this guy at work.
Yeah.
And I met him. He did me head in.
Well, I phoned you up last week.
Yeah.
The wife had a slight heart attack.
Right.
On the Friday. After I left her, she died. Cardiac arrest.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The nurses and the doctors tried to revive her for about an hour.
Right.
But nothing could be done, like, you know.
Mm. How old was your wife?
36.
What's her name?
Len.
And is there a big hole there now?
A whopping big one.
Are you finding it difficult to cope?
Yeah. Well, like I was saying last night, Sunday, we've been like sorting some of her clothes out, and like I've got a young family, like, you know.
Yeah. How many children have you got?
4.
How old are they?
Well, they range from 10 to 18.
Right.
And when I would hang her in the clothes, like, you know, like I was filling up, I would try not to show the children that I was, like, you know.
Right.
Because they won't get them upset more than what they have to do, like, you know. So I was just wondering, how can I cope? Thinking, like, she's going to walk through the door anytime, like, you know.
Well, listen, can I just...
Even like Friday night, well, Saturday morning when I went to sleep, you know, well, tried to get sleep, I should say.
Right.
Every time I closed my eyes, I could see her, like, you know. Seeing, like, little pictures, like, going back over the years, kind of thing, you know.
The thing is, there's nothing wrong with your children seeing you crying.
No.
Nothing at all wrong with that. It's all you know is that you're left here with a big hole in your life, not knowing how to cope, having your children there, and really, there's sort of all sorts of feelings. There's feelings of anger. There's feelings of resentment, you know, why me? Why has this happened to me? You know, we were so happy, everything was going so well, why has this happened to me? And I think that, you know, you need to get some bereavement counselling to be able to talk and to be able to say how you feel. You need to find...
Music from Janet Jackson, Luther Vandross, and Color Me Band. There's no money like Mo Money. At a cinema near you now, rated 15.
Piccadilly Gold bring you Jerry Rafferty, live in Manchester.
Do yourself a favour, be a liquor saver.
You can afford some Christmas cheer with Liquor Save's super prices.
No, I'm not waiting. No, I'm not going to wait a minute. I'm going to say to you,
so you're the expert not only on
medical
problems, but on law as well, are you?
No, you're
God almighty, are you?
Oh, you're extra... Oh, here we go.
Let me finish my punchline then.
Well, hang on a minute. If you came on with one particular subject...
But it's all to do with this.
Listen. If you're not going to listen to the point, why should I listen to you? Conversation is a two. No, conversation is a two-way thing.
Of course it isn't until a man finishes his sentence.
But you're talking about a million. No, but you're talking about a million things at once here. We need to ask.
About a pub being shut on Christmas Day night.
Right. But then you went on to say the fire regulations, the police regulations, the ambulance stations, you being a bus driver, a taxi driver, and breaking the law, and police being allowed to go in. Well, that's 7 subjects, not 1.
Right, I'll tell you why. Let me finish. Right?
You keep saying let me finish, and you're never getting to the point. You've got the raving needle with a pub in particular.
I've not got the raving needle with any pub in particular. It's you. You think you're God almighty with medical problems. Now you think you're God almighty with legal problems.
Right.
Yeah, oh, well.
Is that what I think? Oh, you can read my mind now as well, can you?
Jesus Christ, you do.
You're a very rude man.
So are you.
Extremely rude.
So are you, extremely rude. You wouldn't let me get my point over to start with.
Listen, if I didn't want you to get your point off, I could have cut you off. I'm allowing you to go on.
You could have cut me off. That'd
I'm allowing.
Still.
I'm allowing you to go on and on and on. You've got a bone to pick somewhere.
I've not got a bone to pick with anyone.
Right. Okay then. Well, have we finished the conversation then?
Yes, JC.
And
Merry Christmas.
And you. Good night. Bye bye. There we go. Well, what a lovely caller. Hope we have a few more of those. At least it makes the night a little more entertaining. Thank you very much indeed for your call. Out we go onto the lines in Blakely. We've got Mary. Hello.
Hi, Umberto.
Hi, Mary. How are you?
Where do we go from here?
Well, I don't know. Well, I'm JC, so you're Mary. So all we need now is the baby Jesus, and we'll be complete. Right. Okay.
Hello, Janet. Hi, we'll be with you soon, okay? All right. Jim?
Go on, what can I do?
Hi, we'll be with you soon, okay? Sorry to keep you waiting. John? Hello, John, we'll be with you soon, all right?
Yeah. What about that? Yeah.
Hello, Anne. Sorry to keep you waiting, I'll be with you soon, okay?
I hope you have a nice Christmas as well. The time is approaching 12 o'clock midnight here on Piccadilly Gold. My name's Umberto. Thank you for being there.
Piccadilly Gold, 11:52 a.m.
All your favorite songs. Piccadilly Gold.
6 people are to face murder charges following the death of 16-year-old Suzanne Capper, the Moston girl who suffered 70% burns in a petrol attack earlier this week. Suzanne died during the night at Manchester's Withington Hospital, where she'd been on a life support machine.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi, Janet.
Hiya.
How are you?
I'm ringing you with a bit of a problem, actually.
Go on.
Well, on Monday afternoon, my fiance's nana and granddad got robbed in the house while they were sat there.
Right.
And this afternoon, she's been took into hospital with a stroke.
Oh, dear.
And they're all feeling very bitter about it all.
Do you think it's a, you know, do you think it's a direct cause, the stroke's a direct cause for what happened?
Definitely.
Which hospital is she in?
She's in Crumbs Hospital.
Oh, is she?
But she's very bad, apparently.
Sure.
And they've had the priest there tonight to, say a few words for her.
Did they manage to get the people who broke
Well,
in?
they haven't done, but we've heard rumours tonight that we know who it is. So, of course, the grandsons are very anxious to get hold of these people.
The trouble is, taking the law into their own hands isn't going to do anything other than get them into trouble. The way to deal with it, if you get any information at all, is to go to the police, because otherwise you're going to be on a very sticky wicket. Right, on line 3, we should have Joan. Hello.
Hello, Umberto.
Hi.
I'm a bit upset at the moment, but I'm trying to calm myself down. I lost my dog on Monday. I had to have him put down.
Right. What sort of dog was it?
Toy poodle.
Right. Are you not thinking about maybe getting another one?
No.
The thing is unfortunate. It's like with animals, you know, they have a much shorter lifespan than we do as humans, and like when you get attached to them, it's very difficult when you lose. You know, when you lose one. But I mean, the consolation there is that you know, while you've had it, you give it a good home, you've looked after it, it's given you joy, and you've given it what it's needed as well.
That's right. But the worst of it was, he couldn't move at all when we took him down to the RSPCA and Eccles.
Right.
And he couldn't move at all. But you know, she said to me, and my husband was there. Well, he was ever sort of caught up, you know, and he started crying as well.
Right.
And she said the best thing is to do to let him go.
Right.
And he just sort of craned his neck up to both of us. You know, and said, you know, goodbye. I put the key in the door, you know.
Yeah, and you expect him to be there.
You know, I can hear him sniffing at the front living room door.
I know.
You know, or, you know, it was with him being the toy poodle. If it was left on his own, he'd howl.
Have you got any nice photographs of him?
Yes.
Well, why don't you have a big one blown up?
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah.
Have a nice big one blown up so he's always there with you, so you can remember him, and you know, believe it or not, in you know, I know it's like his time heals so much. Believe it or not, you both need some marital guidance, some counselling of some sort, where you can get these problems sorted out.
Do you know what he did in June?
Yeah.
Right, now this terrified me. He's got his cars out.
Right.
And in this little car box, there was his toy duster, and there's something wrapped up in it. And I picked it up. Oh, he said, "Who's done this, Mummy?" So I opened it, and there was about 12, I think it was about 12 of these little cars, just mangled and mashed up to nothing. And then a couple of days later, I was tidying my eldest daughter's bedroom out.
Yeah.
And she only had 3 dolls, because she's never really been a dolly girl.
Right.
And they'd all been slashed with a Stanley knife, the faces and the bodies, and it scared me. He did admit it in the end, and he said he scared himself sometimes with his tempers and that.
But you see, it's all down to frustration. He's obviously feeling very frustrated about something, and until you find out what it is, you know, you're not going to be able to sort of solve the problem. You need to, the pair of you need to go to counselling together, and the sooner you can get it going, even if it means you going first of all on your own, then do it. So be it, for your own sake.
Yeah, well, the part that scared me about it was it made me wonder if that's the way he felt towards the baby. Because we've got, you know, the baby wasn't that old then, she was under 1, and it scared me to think that...
No, I don't... Did you actually tell him that it scared you?
Yeah.
And did he say it scared him as well?
He said his tempers and the way he screams and shouts and he lashes out, and he
Right.
can't help it. He can't stop himself, his temper, he can't help it, and it scares him.
But you see, the thing in your favour is that he's aware. He's aware of the problem. Interpretation of religion. We can make religious dogma say whatever suits our needs at the time.
So you're saying it's man?
Of course it's man.
No, everything is boiled down to religion.
Well, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. I disagree with you.
Well, everybody's to their own point of view, isn't it? Really?
Absolutely, and thank God they are.
Yeah. Well, I didn't phone up about that actually.
Right, go on.
I want to listen to the last 2 people that come on.
Right.
Right. What I phoned up about is, like, I've had the snip, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Right.
What have you had it done?
No.
Why did you go?
Well, I don't need to. I don't need to have it done, do I? Because I don't practice those things. I play dominoes and cards and things like that.
Right.
That shut you up, hasn't it?
Yeah,
right, go on. Well, you've had the
I play
snip.
cards.
You've had your vasectomy. Yeah, go on.
Right. And I've got 4... Is anybody listening to this?
Probably about 100,000 people. Don't worry about it. We'll keep it to ourselves.
I'll just tell you then.
Go on, just tell me.
I've got 4 kids, right, and then I've had the snip.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, the wife's pregnant now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm wondering how safe it is, how sure it's supposed to be.
Well, it's supposed to be extremely safe, but unfortunately, it's like with sterilisation that ladies have.
Yeah.
We had a lady on last week who was supposedly sterilised and now has found herself pregnant.
Well, what I'm trying to say, I mean, she's not in now, but she goes out a lot. So...
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, do you think I'm wrong suspecting anything? Or is it...
I see what you're getting at. I see what you get. Listen, the thing is, just because your wife's going out a lot doesn't necessarily mean she's playing away from home, does it?
Well, I don't know.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I have a lot of trust in her. But,
well, obviously you've got a little...
You never know, do you?
No, but you haven't got a lot of trust in her then. If you're doubting now, you've obviously got...
No, come on. I mean, I'm supposed to have had the snip, and she's pregnant.
And things do go wrong sometimes.
Well,
A trip to your doctor. Yeah.
And I feel as though it's splitting us up, if you know what I mean.
But everybody
I
in
can't
your...
explain to her
I know.
that
I
I
know.
do feel the same as she does about it.
Have you said that to her?
I've told her I don't know how many times, but I can't make her understand that I do, because I don't show it. Because, you know, my life, the way I've grown up and everything, I've been softened to the way of life it is now.
No, but men are always, don't cry,
They're
don't...
resilient, you know what I mean? I don't give up.
No.
You know, because I believe that when the time is right, then
Yeah.
we will have the kids right.
But you need to tell her, you need to reaffirm all the time, because she feels as a woman she's not able to do the thing that women, do, and that's have a baby. She feels unfulfilled as a woman. And what you've got to tell her is, and keep telling her and reiterating all the time, is how much you love her. particular position, it's very difficult to. We take so much for granted, even if we haven't got an awful lot, even if we may live in a house that's very humble and, you know, not have all the finer things in life that are pushed down our throats, you know. Why don't they do something about it? Why don't people who think the National Health Service and the people who work in it are marvellous, why don't they actually start lobbying their MPs and their councillors for better pay, better conditions and better facilities for people who are using these hospitals instead of closing them all down? Well, I'm glad that you picked the phone up to talk to me. At least we can try and make some, I don't know, some positive moves to try and make the problem, you know, less agonising for you. Listen, we're coming up to the update, darling. I'm sure everything will work out if you talk about it.
All right, then.
All right, I know it's hard. All relationships are hard. All right. Ta-ra, darling. Good night, God bless. Bye-bye. Rachel. All relationships, who'd have them? Me, most definitely. This is Piccadilly Gold on 11:52. The time is approaching 2 o'clock. Thank you very much indeed for the pleasure of your company.
Piccadilly Gold, 11:52 a.m.
All your favorite songs, Piccadilly Gold.
For 2 o'clock news, this is Paul Kirby. Bosnian Muslims have agreed to meet their Serbian and Croatian enemies for face-to-face peace talks for the first time. EC envoy Lord Owen says he's persuaded the three leaders to meet in Geneva in the new year. John Major's discussing the Yugoslav crisis with President Bush.
Good night, God bless.
Give me love to your mum.
I will, darling.
God bless them, Bert.
God bless you,
Bye.
darling. Ta-ra, love. Bye-bye. All right, good night, God bless. Bye-bye.
On the radio, mate. Tell you something, mate. You're a real gent, and it's a pleasure listening.
All right, then. I'll drop you a line.
well,
Thanks very much for listening.
I hope things get better, love.
All right.
All right, darling.
Yeah, and good night and God bless.
Good night, God bless,
Umberto,
darling.
thank you so much for saying all that.
I'll speak to you again sometime.
I certainly hope so.